They're so stressed.
I don't want to freak them out.
Every country has iconic dishes they're known for.
This is where pho comes from.
But not all people have a country.
The way you live is very sustainable. Growing your own food, raising your own animals.
Over 11 million individuals make up one community without a nation.
How are they so powerful?
They share culture, history, recipes.
Usually in the West, this would probably be discarded, thrown away. Here, this is a crucial cooking ingredient, almost like a special seasoning.
Right now, they're spread out in parts of southern China, Vietnam, and Laos, with the 4th largest population living in the USA.
Everything is organic food grown by ourselves.
Cheers.
They're resourceful, they're survivors. They are Hmong.
They're so stressed.
Oh, that's not good for them, huh?
It's fine.
I'm stressed too. Can you come with me?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in a barn with a rather bizarre-looking brood of birds you wouldn't normally find in Wisconsin. It's a bird I'll soon be tasting.
These are guinea fowls.
Guinea fowl.
We cater to the Hmong community.
Guinea fowl. They're sometimes called speckled hens.
He has 2,000 right now. They're ready to sell and they go quick.
This particular poultry is endemic to some African countries, and now they're here.
The first time I ever saw these, I think I ate one in Nigeria at a high-end restaurant. So to me, they've always been this like really mysterious, like exotic bird.
Oh, my dad's like, they're not smart. They don't know how to escape, and when they're on top of each other, they just die.
Oh, sorry.
He's like, it's okay.
I'm starting by killing all your dad's livestock.
These are herd animals who gather together in groups to survive. As for diet, they pretty much eat what chickens eat, but they take a lot longer to raise.
How long does it take to raise them from being a baby till they're ready to process?
This is like 4 months.
Compare that to factory-raised chickens, which only take about 6 weeks.
I mean, I can get a rotisserie chicken right now at Costco for like $7.
Yeah.
How much does one of these cost?
14 if they got it out.
So about twice the price.
So, do they taste different than chicken? I'll find out in about 5 hours.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
It's such an honor to be here. You got chicken here.
Yeah, for breakfast.
Is this your chicken?
Yes.
Was this chicken alive yesterday?
Yep.
Was it alive this morning?
For a little bit.
This is Diane. She's Hmong.
And then who did the deed? Was that you?
Me and my daughter.
Okay. How old's your daughter?
16.
I like it. You gotta teach them young.
She's built an impressive career as a pastry chef working at high-end restaurants with award-winning chefs. Today, I'll see how Hmong traditions and recipes that started all the way in Southeast Asia have survived, traveling all the way here to the middle of Wisconsin. For Diane, it all starts with her mother, Nia, on this farm where she grew up with 5 other siblings.
How do you remember the Hmong recipes?
My parents, they do real often. We just used to it and we just do it.
You didn't bring a cookbook with you. There was no like Hmong.com, no recipes.
No.
So it was all just right here.
Yes.
And would you say most of the food you make is Hmong food, or do you do hot dogs sometimes?
Mostly Hmong food.
Can I ask this? A serious question. Do you like tacos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone likes tacos,
Everyone
right?
likes tacos. Yeah.
Today's Hmong breakfast includes one of their free-roaming chickens that's been hacked into pieces and boiled with herbs.
Oh, that looks great.
That gets eaten with white rice.
So the goal of this is to fan it out to cool it before we bag it. You can eat it right away, or if you don't finish eating it, you can put it in the fridge, pop the bag in the microwave. When you want to eat more rice, it preserves it longer.
This and many other Hmong recipes are passed down through generations, from Nia to Diane, and perhaps one day from Diane to her daughter.
Should I take the hat off?
Yeah.
Okay, forehead reveal.
Looks great.
How old are you?
63.
63.
Yes.
You're a handsome guy.
This is Diane's father, Chua. Both her parents were born and raised in the country of Laos.
So in Laos, is this something you would have had every day, chicken?
Not much meat.
Twice a month like that.
Yeah.
So you just mix the broth right in with the rice?
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
This is one of the things I crave in the summertime. I love the taste.
That is a great combination. It's like a chicken noodle soup kind of flavor, but instead of noodles, you're chewing on rice. And then do I take a bite out of the chili?
Just a little bit.
You grow these?
Yep, just
Oh, you
picked
grow
it from the
these?
farm.
Oh, it's so fresh. That adds such a dynamic layer. And I was going to grocery stores here. I was trying to find chilies like they have in Vietnam or similar to this, and I could find jalapenos.
Yep,
that was
that's it.
Chicken's really good, really soft, simple but delicious. When you first came here, it just must have been so different. I mean, you didn't speak English.
Nope.
New language. Probably first time seeing snow.
Yeah.
Right.
It's big different.
The Hmong people are spread out mainly across southern China, Vietnam, and Laos, a rich culture with their own language. But no country of their own.
You both grew up in Laos, but you met in Thailand.
Yes.
Is that right? In a refugee camp.
But I can't. Yeah.
We today have concluded an agreement to end the war and bring peace with honor in Vietnam.
After the USA pulled out of the Vietnam War, Hmong villagers who worked with the Americans were hunted down.
What jobs did you have in Laos? What were you doing there
was
first?
a farmer.
I was a little student only.
Okay.
Many, including Chua and Nia, fled to a refugee camp in Thailand by foot. Near starving, but finally safe from certain death. After 10 years, they got an opportunity to relocate to the USA.
Did you have an option of where to go, or did you just go to the first place that you could?
You can pick.
Yeah.
Really? What were the options?
There were French, Australia, Argentina.
Did you make the right choice?
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. Why did you come here? Middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. In the country, you have your own farm, you can't even see your neighbors.
Because we need freedom.
And it was also a dream of my dad to live on a farm, have land, raise your kids there, and then they made the purchase to buy this farm.
And now you have all those guinea fowl. Are you retired now?
He's retired from his job, not on the farm.
Yeah, but you know, men never get to retire, right?
Wisconsin is far from Laos, and with 6 kids, it was up to Diane's parents to impart upon them what it is to be Hmong. That means knowing how to work with your hands and provide for your family, even if the meal you're preparing is trying to outrun you.
So you two are brothers of Diane?
Johnny.
Johnny?
Joey.
Joey. Why was I given boots?
We believe that you can catch the pig.
Oh, which one?
The biggest one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the move?
Try to corner it and then grab the back leg.
You know what animals do when they're cornered?
Fight back.
They attack. I have my Apple Watch. Let me set it to pig catching.
Today is a special day. All 5 of Diane's siblings have come together to partake in a traditional Hmong feast.
Okay, I started way too intense. They knew something was up. You gotta be like, what's over here?
On the menu, pot-belly pig, just as soon as I catch it.
Oh man, hey guys, I'm just gonna feed you actually. I don't even want to catch one of you. What is this, an obstacle? Can they bite?
Nope.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I kicked it in the face.
That's a good idea.
I was trying to knock it out.
Whoa.
Is he getting tired?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm getting tired too.
You gotta dive. Dive. Gotta get the back leg. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yay!
I got him.
Here, they slaughter the animal as it's been done for centuries. A quick slit to drain the blood, and soon, it's over. No child escapes this farm without attaining a depth of knowledge in day-to-day farm life. Ladies catch and slaughter chickens, but the pigs, that's work for the men. The pig is dipped in boiling hot water to allow its skin to soften and the hair to be removed. Now, something you don't see every day in Wisconsin. The surface is torched, charring the skin that, when scraped away, reveals a clean surface.
Joey, is this a pig I caught?
Yes, sir.
I've never seen a pig burnt to a crunchy crisp like this.
Basically burn off all the hair that we missed, all the baby tiny hairs.
Okay.
Now the skin can be cooked and eaten. You'll see soon.
I'm guessing you don't spend your days torching pigs and then wiping off the char. How have these life lessons served you, or have they?
A lot of people just buy the meat from a store. They don't know how it got there, how to cut it, or what piece is what piece. This comes in really handy, because now I know.
The Hmong villagers I visited in Southeast Asia made use of every part of the animal. Here, in the richest and most wasteful country on earth, everything is still being used, from the skin to the organs. First dish, potbelly pig pork with squash tips. Start browning big chunks of pork belly in a very hot pot to help preserve the meat's juices. Drain the fat, then add water, salt, MSG, and allow it to cook a few minutes more. Finally, she adds squash tips and leaves. Our second dish, Diane's father makes use of a pig part you'll never find at your local American butcher shop. You'll see soon, but first, the guinea fowl. Johnny, like his siblings, is well versed on bird capture and bird defeathering. They grew up doing it by hand, but now they have this.
How does this work?
It's rotating rubber fingers run by a motor down there, and you just let it sit on top, and it takes off the feathers.
So back in the day, you would spend maybe 10 minutes on a bird?
Oh, maybe even more.
When I was a kid, a couple times we had to do it by hand.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
Yeah, it does.
I'm guessing as you went to university or something, then they bought this?
Yep.
Like the day you left?
After feathering, the guinea fowl are cleaned, then boiled whole for 30 minutes until they're cooked through. They get hacked into random pieces and mixed in a big bowl with freshly chopped cilantro, green onion, and finally some ground pepper.
So Grandma taught me a lot of stuff as I was growing up because my mom worked a lot. She said when you're married, if you're chopping these, how you chop it is how they're gonna perceive you as a daughter-in-law. Because when I was young, I was chopping it like this. Big and thick. She's like, what? That's so wasteful, blah, blah, blah. She said, you need to trim it so that you can still see some of the green skin. I mean, I remember rolling my eyes constantly what she was telling me. So now I see my daughter do it. I'm like, okay, this is how you're gonna do it. And sometimes if I use a peeler, yeah, easier. But I kind of like this rustic, old school, how I was raised and taught. See, that's being a bad daughter-in-law.
Perhaps it's because the Hmong people have no nation that they place such incredible importance on tradition and family. Whether it's Laos or Wisconsin, wherever there are Hmong people, that becomes home.
Thank you for coming to enjoy family fun. And everything is organic food grown by ourselves in the farm. Yeah.
Incredible. Cheers. Ah, Hmong beer. No?
No.
This isn't an ordinary pig. This is a potbelly pig. Now, when I was a kid, I heard of these as being, pets. But right now we're eating one. You said earlier you really like the potbelly pig. What do you like about it?
I think it just tastes different. It's more tender, flavorful.
More flavorful?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat these greens first.
Have you had it before?
I don't think so. They've soaked up the broth beautifully. They have kind of like a rough texture, like a cat's tongue.
Yeah?
But the broth is like savory and sweet. There's a hint of MSG.
Just a little bit.
So this right here, just a huge piece of skin, and this is something I never really saw growing up, and I don't know why, because it's so delicious.
The best part.
It's gelatinous. Oh, good. I spoke too soon.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. It's got layers to it. It has protein, fat, and then the skin has a little bit more of a crunch to it, actually. For now, we have the guinea fowl. I got some drumming. So you're saying I should dip this here?
Yep.
This is a chili dipping sauce, perfect for pairing with meat. Made by mashing fresh chili peppers with salt, roasted garlic, sugar, charred green onion, roasted cherry tomatoes, fish sauce, and finally fresh cilantro.
The pepper's good, isn't it?
I like it. My favorite.
Fireworks.
The guinea fowl resembles chicken in many ways, but the meat is leaner and more flavorful without being gamey.
So that's like the texture part, but then you put this on here. This is packed with flavor. Hot, but it's not like crazy spicy. Hold on. It's a little spicy. I'll just wash that down with some...
Squash soup. So it's usually made for the elders. Like my parents love it.
And this is just full of squash?
Squash, water, just a little sugar, and that's it.
It's not really much flavor in there. It's almost kind of like a palate cleanser. It cools you down if you're eating some spicy food. A little bit of starchiness is released into the water, and that's about it. That's cool. I've never seen that done that way before. We have one major contender left. This is the bile soup.
This here is Chua's specialty. First, he boils pork with the fat, then removes the meat, chopping it for later use. This is a soup that includes chopped liver, lungs, intestines, and the pork meat. Now, remember that secret ingredient I mentioned? It's the bile sac. That liquid-filled organ is boiled in water to extract all the bitter bile flavor. This potent brew is slowly dripped into the main dish, then assessed. Too much bile will spoil the dish. Little more. Now it's just right.
What I love is he did not overdo the bile. And I actually got to see the intestines being washed out myself, which is good. Because when you go to an Applebee's, you never see anybody wash out the intestines.
They don't sell intestines at Applebee's.
That's a great point. What do I do? I'm gonna try some liver. I like liver. The liver's super tender. He just boiled it like just the right amount of time. Nothing is tough. Ooh, yeah, I got some bile now. It's interesting, on the front, you taste kind of the porky flavor, and then on the back, you like feel the bile bitterness kind of going down your throat.
It's not too bitter though.
Not crazy bitter. This is the real bile challenge right here. Let's go for it.
One more time.
One more time?
It's just perfect.
Yeah, I gotta say, so I've had a few different bile dishes, and I've had ones that were like so intense, it was really hard for me to handle. He didn't tone this down for me, did he?
No.
Okay.
I just do what I used to do. Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
It's good.
Do you think the bile does something? Is the bile like somehow making it more soft or tender, or is it just about adding some bitterness?
I think it's just adding the bitterness.
I want to talk more about you growing up here. I don't want to make any assumptions. I'm curious. Are there a lot of other like white farmers?
It's full of white farmers.
Was it difficult to move here, maintain your culture, but also fit in with mainstream American culture, like integrate with your neighbors in the community?
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard.
It's hard because they don't know where we come from, why we come to the United States, right? They say they don't know our history.
Right.
I tell them my parents and my uncle, they all helping American soldiers, but they don't know what secret war means, what the government, they do it.
Right.
So after that, they understand.
It's interesting, you know, the Hmong people are a culture without a country, but they have a culture that's spread over many different countries. The different Hmong people I've met, that was really the most important thing to them. I said, 100 years from now, what do you want people to remember? And they're talking about tradition, traditional clothing, and food.
You're right.
And so, why is that so important?
My parents did believe that when they pass away, when they're hungry, they're gonna come back.
Their spirit.
Yes, so you gotta give them some food or something like that.
So you have some responsibility to your ancestors.
Yes.
And you need to teach your children, because one day they'll have a responsibility to you.
Yep.
So preserving it means one day when my mom and dad is not here anymore, everybody will still remember them and still call them to come eat dinner. Still call them when they have a new baby.
It's beautiful that these traditions that came from Laos have traveled halfway around the world and are still being maintained here in freaking Wisconsin. And the way you work together, the way you all know what to do, you've all been kind of given this knowledge and skills that you could still use today as a family.
We know that we have to evolve, but keeping some of the tradition alive is very important. Every summer, I send my kids down here to live with my parents for a little bit. Being here and seeing the purpose of why they do what they do and understand how much Grandma and Grandpa loves them, but don't have time for them because they're so busy.
Do you think they'll do the same thing with their children in the future? Is that the hope?
That's the hope, but you know, the only thing I would hope to pass down is to be humble. You always win when you're humble. I think it's a very positive outlook in life when you're just humble and just let things slide a little bit.
I agree. I'm gonna try it sometime.
Try harder. We all can.
Being an influencer doesn't require millions of fans. All you need is this t-shirt. Entertain and inspire at your own pace. Don't be an influencer. Be a micro-influencer. Get your shirt now.
Did we do it?
Yep.
Did I kill any?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. This is gonna be our breakfast very shortly. So you've just hacked up this kitchen. Sorry, chicken? Is this pig is enough to feed how many people you think?
A lot.
And how many recipes does this become? How many different dishes?
You can make a lot. Good.
Should I ask one of the ladies? Boom, and that is the end of our video. Thank you for joining us today. Who knew you could have so much fun in Wisconsin without drinking? Amazing. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Peace.